welcome to another episode of New Year Black Me. So today I want to go over something a little different. We talked about it maybe a year ago. I kind of discussed things in regards to Black relationships. So I kind of want to revisit that, and I want to know what both my male and female viewers think about this. So as we know, Woman of the Year is Cardi B. Now, my concern here, even though she has expressly said she's not Black, my concern is what she produces is what many people consider to be part of Black culture, the type of music she produces to society. So I think the concern here is many men say, I'm hearing they want women who are natural, like natural beauty, not extra makeup. They want them to have their own hair, and men are saying they want all of these things, yet still this is the type of woman that they seek after in general. So my concern here is this is what society says is Woman of the Year. Society also has what the standards of what is sex appeal, what is beauty, and then you listen to the conversation of what Black males say they want, and it's the opposite of what the mainstream is, what they say. But who they actually interact with is going to be the woman that has this type of sex appeal. And this is no hate on her, because I'm not out looking for a man. I have one, and I'm happy with how I look. But so many women find themselves trying to look like the Cardi B's and the Nicki Minaj and the Kardashians, and what mainstream says is hot and popping, what mainstream says that men want. Because even though men say they want one thing, it seems like they have there's so many women that are becoming millionaires off of OnlyFans, and there's so many women who are becoming Instagram models. I mean, we even heard Lil Rel said that he's looking for a wife and he doesn't care if she, even if she's the Instagram model. Nothing against Instagram models, but it's letting you know the direction of what men are actually seeking versus what they say they want. So the concern here is, we say what we want as a society, but when you look at what men are seeking after, the beauty in which they're looking is the opposite of what's coming out of their mouth. And then when you couple women looking, going after putting themselves together for this type of look, then you wonder why families are the way they are, because women are now seeking validation from men versus getting themselves together mentally, getting themselves together emotionally, healing from whatever's of the past so they can move on, and so they won't be focused on their beauty and their booty, basically, but strictly looking at how they can just better themselves as a woman and how they can better themselves in the community, and be better moms if they're moms. So I'm even part of a group where women are saying that they feel like there should be no shame in being a sex worker. When you're watching this type of pop culture and this type of music, what shame is it? I mean, after looking at the WAP video, what shame is there, right? What shame does society put on people? Because it is wrong to shame people. And then we wonder why there's a breakdown in the family, because, hey, what shame is there in men creating multiple children? Because that's what men are supposed to do, right? That's what society says it's okay. And then we have men now talking about having marriages, or they believe that it should be okay that they marry multiple women, similar to what they do in certain countries. However, that whole idea is distorted in their view, because it's supposed to be you're still committed to the family. But we have men running around here, sowing their royal oaks, but they're not creating legacies. And they want, as I said, they want the last name to their seed, but do not want to give the last name to the creator of that seed. Again, no, if that's what they want to do, do you. That's the term now today. Do you. Do what makes you happy, right? Do what makes you happy, because it doesn't matter what happens to the children that's growing up in this dysfunction. It doesn't matter what happens to your mental state and your emotional state. What matters is you're just happy, right? You're happy for the time being, regardless of the consequences that results from it in the future. And then I'm not even going to go down the rabbit hole of femininity in the Black community, because it seems like no one wants to hear it, which I already have a separate channel for that. But it makes me wonder, what is it that the men and the women of the Black community want? Do we want family? Do we want marriages? Because I'm hearing men say they do not want marriages. Do women even want marriages? Or is it that they want to, quote unquote, secure the bag? Which I do not like that term, because it makes it seem as if women are so vindictive that they only want to go after a man for his money. Which, if that's the case, then why are women upset that men only want to go after the woman for sex? You're after him for money, he's after you for sex, right? So you're doing you, he's doing him, right? So I think the concern here is, where are our values? Do we not value family? Do we not, let's forget about family. Do we not value ourselves and how we carry ourselves in society today? Are we at this point now where we shame Monique for saying value yourself and how you represent yourself? Is that at the point now where we are okay and happy with the fact that we can have fun and be proud of our Blackness, and that rich people can't tell us how to behave? Are we at this point where no one should be able to shame us? And Amber Rose is right that we should be able to do the slut walk and not be shamed? Are we at this point in life where Black culture is only what the music represents? Forget what our ancestors have fought for and what they have gone through, and the great doctors and lawyers and scientists and engineers have done for the Black community. Forget that, because it's all about what the WAP video says. It's all about what pop culture says Black culture is. And we wonder why there's a propaganda of what the quote-unquote Black culture represents, which we both know that's not true. We all know it's not true. But when we look at the propaganda, and then we look at what pop culture is saying, and then we have defined what the beauty represents for our community, what the music represents for our community, and the way we dress. Like, we are not a monolith. I get that. But can we not go with the status quo and the stereotypes of what society says about us? So that is my rant. That's the concern I have, because we need to direct the conversation, because I'm actually curious. I would like to have a male's point of view of, why? Why do you want this type of woman, but under the deep web you say you want this? And why do women say they want this type of guy, but they end up getting this guy and wonder why they have the consequences of a heartbreak? And I'm a woman, so I already know that stance of it, of why women are doing that. And a lot of it has to do with self-love in many cases for women. But there's more to it than that. And this is why we cannot say any longer that Black people do not need therapy, because we do. Our actions are solely dependent on experiences we've had, treatment we've had in the past, and then that becomes the default and the benchmark of how we allow others treat us, and then how we treat ourselves. But it is a concern, because I truly believe that this is where the breakdown of the family is. Because if we get to the point where we're okay with being single moms and we don't require more from men, and then if men only, settle for this type of look, then especially if the woman's not in your league and you get that and you wonder why you're heartbroken, and then you become a MGTOW. Like, I think people are so far out of their lane sometimes, and then they wonder why they're, doing the same thing over and over and getting the same results. And I think that there's so many women that feel empowered by watching certain videos that really it should make them feel like they are being degraded. But they're empowered. It makes them feel free, when really they're giving away jewels for free. And we all know what it means when you get something for free and you don't have to pay for it. But I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but please tell me what you all think in regards to Black culture today, and how women, their body, and the breakdown of Black family is exploited through music, and what society has determined what our culture represents. All right, that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching another episode of New Year Black Me. I will come back with more content soon. Take care.